And one. Here we go. girlfriend. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm alive and well. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How was your weekend?
It was very relaxing. I have been nonstop go at just different things. It felt so good to just be home for a weekend.
Well, I know you've had a busy weekend. We've got a busy week ahead of us. We've got Labor Day coming up here this weekend. We've got a lot of stuff that's going on. But hey, we've got some really awesome people joining us today.
Yes, some of my favorite people.
Very talented people.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And wow, like I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for everybody to get to know them a little bit better, a little bit deeper. Kind of know the history, connect the dots. I love these kind of interviews where you can literally just start connecting the little dots and pieces and everything like that. So I'm super excited for not just me and you, but for everybody out there watching. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to share so all of your friends and your family can join in and have a lot of fun with us tonight. It's going to be a great interview.
Excellent. Well, let's just go ahead and roll that intro for Adassa Y Los Locoz. Welcome.
Yay.
Eric, Adassa, and Gabriel, thank you very much. Which is Adassa Y Los Locoz. Hey, how come Adassa Y Los Locoz? What's so locos about y'all guys? What's the deal with that? Uh-oh, I can't hear you now, girlfriend.
Oh, there's the audio.
¿Qué pasó?
Did we lose the audio?
Yeah, we lost the audio on them.
It's okay. We'll find the audio again.
In short, is because we're crazy about doing podcasts. I had nothing. That's the first thing that came to mind.
That's the first one. Yeah. Why not?
Awesome.
It's okay. No, it's fine. And the cool thing is that y'all have gotten together. Y'all have a lot of varied backgrounds and everything else. I know y'all can't hear. We still can't hear y'all guys. Can y'all hear us? Yeah, y'all can hear us just fine, but you can't hear us. Well, it's okay. I can lip read. So, because I do know sign language, by the way. Because, well, my cousin, she's deaf, so I know sign language. So, anyway, real quick, Flo Gonzalez is saying hello, and then also you got Gavino Perez from Gavino Promotions saying he's tuned in from Harlingen, Texas. Wee, my cousin, hey, she's beautiful. Yes, very beautiful. Hello. Somebody's calling.
Somebody's calling me. I thought it was Gabriel, but it's not. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm in the chat. Okay.
Adassa said that. Well, you know what?
Can you check the settings?
Why don't you try logging out and then logging back in and just do it that way, and then we'll still be here.
We're gonna be
Fred Luis 97 says, "Hi Hilda, how's it going?" Fred, man, come on, we're bros, man. You don't ever mention my name.
Hi, Fred. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so we'll be here. Go ahead, don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna be here. We're gonna wait for you guys.
Yeah, you're fine. You just log out and log back in. You're good. But so Adassa Y Los Locoz, y'all guys, what prompted this union? Because one of y'all have a very good career doing your own thing. Y'all have varied backgrounds. It's not like you're too far out, but what brought y'all to this?
Well, we've been friends for probably most of our life, at least in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, now I hear you
now.
Yay!
Can you hear us?
Yes,
okay, we got you back.
Yay!
Adassa, is that already said, baby? All right, so
his studio is at his house.
Not too much.
I tend to talk too much, so I'm gonna try not to. When Adassa comes in, she'll tell you, Adassa wanted to be Los Locos.
Okay.
She did not want to do Adassa y Los Locoz. For the longest time, Adassa and I have wanted to be in a band, together. But we always do everything just me and her all the time. And it's always been all about Adassa. I'm the wind beneath her wings. She's got her whole career. I just been backing her up for the longest time. So, yes, it's working. So, when the idea of coming back to our roots and doing cumbias again, because we met in Texas, we got married and
the border
Bronzeville. That's where we got married in Texas, actually. So we just thought we really want to do this cumbia thing, and then she goes, but it has to be a group. And I'm like, well, I like to play everything myself. I only know one musician who can play everything, and that's Eric. So Eric and I used to be in
I mean, not at the same time, but you.
Oh, come on! I was trying to visualize
I'm working
that.
on that. I'm trying to give it as much entertainment value as I possibly can.
No, Eric is he's the guy that you just hand him an instrument. 3 minutes later, he's a genius at it. That's who Eric is. So I am more of an arranger and that kind of stuff, and I can play everything mediocrely, but he can play everything quite great. So when Adassa said, "No, let's make a band," and then I said, "All right, for a band, I just think Eric. That's it. That's all we need. That's it. That guy's a whole band all by himself." So I call Eric because we've been best friends for, I don't know, since the 90s. I don't know. When did we start? When did we meet, Eric?
91 or 2. I don't even remember. The early 90s.
You were with La Fiebre, not still.
When back in those days, yeah. Yeah.
So I'll try to tell this story and then I'll be quiet.
All right. That's what
so just choose the musician you want. And I said, I think Eric, because me and him used to be the Los Locos, because we always were coming out with weird things in Tejano music. So in those days, I produced Elida and Avante. I produced their first record ever. It was Atrévete and all those songs. When they come out, I was a producer and I was a songwriter of Tejano music for a long time.
No, he was also songwriter of the year.
So I am a Tejano. I'm like born in Mexico, but I'm a Tejano. So I have this weirdness about kind of Mexican and kind of Texan, some in the middle. So then
for Fama, also don't forget to mention that Fama had some mega.
Yes, I produced Fama. Quiero Volverte a Ver was one of my compositions. I was in those days. I was going to work with La Mafia, but then they separated from the management. I ended up going with the management. So I ended up working with Elida and Avante, Juan P. Moreno, and I was very heavy into the Tejano music. And then when I was going to come out with my own record, I invited Eric, and the whole band that we had in those days was centered around Eric as and me, basically. So when this opportunity happened again, and I wanted still to be Adassa, but she wanted, no, I wanted to be Los Locos. So in the end, after going back and forth, we go, why don't we just make Adassa y Los Locos? So Los Locos is us, and anybody we invite. Because basically, when we play live, obviously, we can't play all of them together like in the same time. So we switch instruments. So like one song, he'll pick out the bajo sexto, and I pick up like a bajo, or I go to the keys, and then he goes to the guitar, whatever. And then we have other musicians to fill in the blanks. But anybody that we invite, that's Los Locos. But the basic Locos, let's just say, is Eric and I.
Loco Mayor. Yes.
Los Locos Mayores. The main Locos is Eric and I. I don't know. You want to explain?
I don't know. Eric, pick up.
So,
say again.
Eric, I would love.
I'm just stuck to it. I am the one who says
okay.
There's a silence.
Well,
I'm just
going to touch on something he said earlier. He was saying that I play all the instruments, and that may be true. But as you can see, Gabriel has them all at his house. On the wall.
You're hanging on the wall.
Yeah, he left me one, which is that Bajo Quinto that's sitting on the wall right behind me. Like, oh my God. He's got the other one, so if I need to do more stuff, I'm going to have to go all the way to Nashville. And it's worth it,
Yes.
The juice is worth the squeeze, as he said, because it's always, we always help some really creative stuff. It's good to work together.
No, Eric is this guy. I say, I'm sorry, I just stopped the camera. I didn't know. But I just want to say that I don't know if he had picked up the bajo sexto before, and I said, Eric, do you think you can just pick up the bajo sexto and figure it out? And he goes, let's get one. And then like 2 days later, he called me. Okay, yeah, there you go.
End scene.
I know that's those are the guys that I really dislike because I struggle at playing everything, and I'm like,
All right, well, let me try this. I can do a lot of things, but this is my thumb trick. This is my best trick right here. The thumb one. Have you seen that before? My kids get a kick out of this one. At least they used to.
Yeah, that's a good trick.
That's your best one.
That's the
That's
best
my
trick
best
you
one.
got.
So we got the best tonight. Yeah.
All right, Joe Avila he says, hello, I'm listening from New York today. How you doing, Joe?
Oh, hey,
Thank you so very much.
Joe.
El Borrado Lopez, DJ Borrado. He says, what's up, Indio? What's up, Mr. Ilda Lamas? He's from Houston, Texas, a DJ in Houston, Texas. You know, we like to send some music out there so that way he can definitely share the music and share the love. That's how we get it out there so people can enjoy the music as well, of course. And he says, hello to all of y'all. Joe Avila says, Puro Valle. That's what he's called. We all going down there in El Valle, which is cool. But I mean, you know, that's what it takes, really. It's the relationships that really make the band and everything else, you know, getting together and just having that unity and playing. And that's I've been listening to the music, and it's very progressive. It's very different. But in a good way.
Where have I ever heard that before? That's
no. Hold on. It's not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. In a very
no,
very good
not at all, not at all whatsoever. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm so excited that you brought that up, because if you allow me to elaborate on that, I'd appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
In the early '90s, Gabe and I had created some music, and one of the reasons why I wanted to work with him in the first place, outside of being a great dude, and we were just kindred spirits. You know, we got along very well, and but one of the things that impressed me about him is that his music was so innovative. It was just something, and just at the point, you know, when I was a young man, I had been a musician my whole life, and from a young man's perspective, that's a long time. But now that was a short time. I was really impressed by hearing things that I just hadn't heard before, and I thought, you know, in music, there's intervals, and those intervals can create certain emotions, and he just had them nailed, and I was blown away. And I thought, I think, for the most part at least, I think that I may have learned just about everything that I can from where I was at. So I wanted to collaborate with him so that I could just get what he was doing, and eventually, you know, at least to some degree, you know, I did. And in the beginning, it was just food. It was food for me. So we released that first record, and we had a lot of fun recording that. Me just coming out of the Tejano market, playing what was considered extremely digestible from a commercial perspective, on purpose, because if you love what you're doing and you want to continue to do that, you have to find a way to monetize it. And the band that I was with certainly did. But there was a little, in my personal opinion as an artist, there was a little bit of repetitiveness to it. So when I heard what he was doing, I thought, oh, I've just got to do some of this. So we released that first record. And just about every musician that I know from those days, they've all got it. They have that record. Not so much the public at that time, because it was just a little bit ahead of its time, and it was ahead of its time then. And you know, and coming out of the studio and listening to this, and certainly some of the stuff he sends me, he said, here, play something over this. I'm like, well, what about the last one? He goes, no, and then okay, I start working, and here comes another one. I'm like, oh, hang on a second. You know, it's hard to keep up, because Gabriel, I can't say this about too many people other than my father, but Gabriel as a musician. Now I've sold a lot of records. I've sold close to 1 million records over the years, and I've played on hundreds of projects. But Gabriel truly is my mentor, and he always has been, and he knows it. He knows it, and so what I'm hearing that we're doing now is getting the same reaction, certainly to the few people, my family, that have heard the music. It's just something that's very innovative, ahead of its time, and they're looking forward to seeing how how it goes.
Well, one of the things that for me, being in the Spanish music, I'm not a native Spanish speaker. So I learned Spanish in college. And
Mhm.
my wife, she's American of Mexican descent. She's the firstborn American, but she can do it. She's like right here, like, and I can't.
Mhm.
But when I listen to music, I listen to the structure of music first. Then I
Sure.
have to translate the words afterwards. But I'm not very good sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a love song. She's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, but she said love, like she said amor 4 times. And she's like, that's not a love song.
You mean tu traición? Yes.
Yeah, right. Really? Oh, okay. So, but
I just want to say the song was not written about me. I was one of the co-writers. We try to find inspiration in many places. Adassa usually takes over the conversations, but I don't know why today you.
Well, it's because I'm listening and I'm being a part of this. No, I'm really excited. Honestly, it's been many years. I mean, after having my career in the reggaeton world and working with Snoop and Flo Rida and Daddy Yankee and Pitbull and all these people, I've been doing it on my own for so long, and we write together so much, like whenever we work with other artists or anything like that. And I have been telling him for just time and time again, we've got to do something together. And when we started creating these songs, and there's more, like there's one.
Oh, you gotta hear the crazy that is coming.
Eric plays the trumpet on one of them. My goodness, like tears automatically. And we were so excited for this. And then coming from Encanto, and I noticed somebody here, Stephanie, that we met at Traders Village a few years ago. Yes, I met your kiddos. Thank you for being with us. It's just been such a wonderful ride, but I learned a lot, being able to be on tour and everything with Encanto. I mean, 8 million albums sold. I just received the plaque.
Yeah,
and
she
it was
just
like,
got a
wow,
platinum
I
8
can't
million
even believe
album.
it. But I did learn while we were on the road, and doing things with Encanto, we would associate it with also like some really cool animations. And I'm like, that is so cool. Why don't we do something like that for the cumbias, while we're getting our live versions as well? And so we just went all local on it. And I love it. I love that we can all be on the same page as to what are we going to create now. And there are no borders. There's nothing holding us back. And I love not being solo. I mean, now it's so much more fun to be able to bounce ideas off of each other, to hear what, the input and the flow that like Eric has into something in his creativity, and then bounce it with Gabriel, and then all of us coming up with like ideas. It's so much more fun at this point in time where we all have been, working on our solo projects for so long and have our successes individually, but to join in together, it just feels like it's just effortless. That's what I can say about it. And so I'm dying to go out on the road and just like have fun on stage together. Like that is the next thing that we would love to enjoy.
Well, you definitely got my juices going with your animation, because I do animation as well. I did all the like the videos and stuff like that.
Really cute.
They're really good.
I love
Thank you so very much. But I mean, I also do a lot of animation as well, and like I've gone more like computer graphics and stuff like that. But I started out drawing, like the 3rd grade, drawing in Mrs. Jones' English class, because it was boring. But I mean, it's always been something that I've always done, and everything else. I've always had that creative mind, and just seeing it, we're all kindred spirits. We always want to create something. We always want to be in that creative spirit and that creative mind. And you're not just with music. It's always going to be.
But I want to say this is just the beginning. I don't want you to think we're going to be a cartoon band.
No. That's not what I said. I mean,
you understand what the plan is. The plan is we're building.
Well, if we do, we get to have superpowers too, by the way.
Yeah, right.
So the idea is at the beginning we are doing these things just because, we're crazy. I said Los Locos is a real thing. Like even when we had the idea we were going to do cartoons and whatever, I thought, who else will put up with this crazy? I said, Eric. He's the only guy I know open-minded enough for me to say, dude, let me tell you, we're gonna come up with these cartoons, kind of like Dolores, but they're gonna sing cumbias. Like,
I was all ears. I was all ears. I was on the edge of my seat from the beginning of that conversation.
So when
I'm serious about the superpowers, though. I'm serious about that part.
You want the superpowers, that's for sure. Stephanie says
if
here.
you follow Eric, you'll find out he's the guy with all the superpowers. You gotta see this guy. Eric is the guy that knows everything. You want karate, the guy is a master at it. You want any instrument, the guy is a master at it. In every single area. So we have such mutual respect for each other. I know he talks to me about like a mentor, but no. I respect him exactly the same. So the three of us have a lot of respect for each other. So when the moment came, I thought, it's kind of like I'm picking it up where I left it, because honestly, if you go find our album, it had my last name. It's Candiani. But anyway, if you find it, you find it was weird. But I tell you what, I did a cumbia in Italian.
Oh, wow.
No, it was Portuguese. It was Portuguese, actually.
It was Portuguese?
No, it was Italian. Correndo lungo la notte nella mia macchina blu. Yeah,
well, I don't speak either, so you could say it was Japanese. You could say it was Japanese.
Italian,
like, yeah, that was awesome. I got to play guitar on that song.
Yeah, I remember. So I was like, well, my last name is Italian. I know some. Why don't we do cumbia in Italian? And he's the one who took me to the label. I got signed because of him, because he had all the contacts with the people. I think the label was. What was it? What the name was it? EMI?
It was Capital EMI, yeah.
Capital EMI. He's the one who took us there. But I was the guy with the crazy ideas, and he was crazy enough to say, "Oh, that's kind of cool, man. Let's do that." You know, and he just followed me, and he will always brought, if I brought up 5, he come out with an 8, and so that's very exciting. But what I wanted to say is that then when Adassa started her career, I just wanted to back her up. I just wanted her to be the star, which she has been for many, many years. And I've always been the guy who plays for her. So when we perform live, I was always in the back playing or negotiating the contracts, all that kind of stuff. But this whole project in a big way happened because, as I said, and when are you and me going to do something? When are we going to do something? We brought Eric, and then Adassa Y Los Locoz was born.
Yeah. That's awesome. So the music, let's go ahead and take a listen to the song first. Let's Cumbion is... give me the evolution of the song, and where did it come from? What was the inspiration for the song?
Okay.
Oh man, well, with Cumbion, we wanted to do something that had Tejano, Monterrey, and Colombia. Porque yo soy colombiana. That's how
Mexicano, Tejano.
Tejano. So like mixing all of those influences in one, and then the flow. We brought in a friend of ours. Irene PR, he's Puerto Rican. And so we're like, dude.
It's a United Nations of Latin America.
yes. So Irene and me are very good friends. He works for my company. I have a company that does music for TV and film, ESPN, CNN.
He's got such a great vibe.
And so I asked, dude, we need a Puerto Rican who can really do this.
And then we're like, don't be confused by the accordion. Just do your
do the thing that you do.
And he brought it. It was so
what? Though?
Just do you, bro. Just do you.
It was difficult for him in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I actually have to make a reggaeton and send it to him.
So yeah, we had like the reggaeton version that gave.
And then we transformed it into
and then we
cumbia.
like uncovered. Oh, it's cumbia, and he was like, "Oh,
wow,
you guys just do it."
I play it with samples, send it to Eric, and he replaces everything he wants to replace. I'll do this instrument, and in my house I just kind of come up with the concepts with my keyboards and stuff like that, which is my main instrument, and then send it to Eric, and then Eric we just replace whatever it is. We're still working on the rest of the album, so even the versions that you hear right now are not actually the final versions.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The album is going to have the final versions.
Definitely, you're gonna be looking for it. Let's go ahead and take a listen to it real quick. Patricia Vargas, that Barbie chick, she says, "Hello, how are you doing, Patricia? Thank you very much." Isaac de los Santos, saludos from Tremendo and Conjunto Cartel Records. Thank you very much for joining us, guys, and David Vela, thank you so very much, guys. We're gonna go ahead and take a listen to Adassa Y Los Locoz Cumbion. That is Eric right there. That's Adassa. That's Gabriel. That's Dio de Lamas. I'm just Indio. Here on Qvo Radio.
Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo pa' la pista, comenzó el cumbión. Cumbia. promocionando chavo para el fin de semana. Vamos puestos para el desquite, ya que no le gusta que se quite. Voy acelerada y con ganas, como un elevador llena de adrenalina. Vamos subiendo de nivel, pura dinamita. Este ritmo rompe hasta en tienda de la esquina. No empalagate, da un sabor tan rico que te invita. La cumbia que te traigo, yo le brindo el flow. Ven, desquítate en la pista, el sazón lo pongo yo, yo, yo. Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo para la pista, comenzó el cumbión. Cumbia. Yo quiero que esta cumbia la bailen la noche entera. Yo quiero que mi cumbia la bailen la noche entera.
Boom boom suena el bajo que revienta. Adassa con el aire ninguno le llega. A toda mi gente lo baila cualquiera. Boom boom suena el bajo que revienta. Desde San Juan hasta Cartagena, mi música suena que suena. El ritmo corre por mis venas, con un flow que quema de otro sistema.
Si te gusta bailar esta cumbia, ven y gózate la compasión. Ven y mueve, mueve la cintura al sabor del acordeón. Si te gusta bailar esta cumbia, ven y gózate la compasión. Ven y mueve, mueve la cintura al sabor del acordeón.
Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo para la pista, comenzó el cumbión.
Yo quiero que esta cumbia la bailen.
Suena el bajo que revienta.
Yo quiero que mi cumbia la bailen.
Suena el bajo que revienta. Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo para la pista, comenzó el cumbión. Cumbia. Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo para la pista, comenzó el cumbión. Cumbia.
Nuts. Los locos. Los locos, you see?
I love it, guys. So, Gabriel, when you sent that to me the first time to look at and listen to, I was like, oh my gosh. There's just no words. It's just so, like, it's like a conglomeration of just so many different amazing things, little ins and outs, and it breathes so well with each other. It's I don't know. It's one of my favorites right now. So great job, guys.
Thank you. So the percussion is Colombian style. Like if you hear it, the percussion is not your typical pa, po, pa, pa, pa. It's not that. It's actually the original Colombian percussion. But the drums are played more like a Tejano because the drums are boom, and then go boom, 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 and then it has a bajo sexto, which is the norteño part of it. You know, and then the accordion is actually an accordion that is completamente colombiano. So basically, and then that's the mixture. It's Tejano, Mexicano, and Colombiano. Somehow it's all of them at once.
Yeah, it's that accordion was like kind of like a vallenato. It had that sound, you know. So it was just, it's like I said, it's very progressive. It's very different. I mean, but in a very good way,
We were so crazy when Eric and me came up with these ideas in the 90s, literally, in the 90s. At one point I thought, we're just too nuts, man. And I just kind of went with my career. Eric has his career. He does country music. I mean, the guy is a musician full time. He's a great musician. I ended up going to composer because I thought nobody really understands what I'm trying to do. So it's been like 20 years. How long has it been?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But now I say,
I mean,
what the heck? Life is too short to not have fun.
Yeah.
So, like, whoever will enjoy it, will enjoy it. And if they get it, they get it. And if they don't get it, it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, Hilda is here to back me up on this. We always say we are not here to dictate to the audience what they listen to. The audience is going to tell us what they want to listen to.
Absolutely.
I was part of the old radio station, the terrestrial radio station where, we had, it was, where you had to have a certain thing, to be on the air or everything else. Here it's different. Last year we amassed over 1,300,000 listeners last year. And I believe the reason that is because we play such a variety of music, and we play a lot of new artists because we give them the ability to be heard. Good music needs to be heard. It's not up to us to decide what is good music. People will tell us what is good music.
Yeah.
We should not be a stopgap. We should allow people to enjoy music for what it is. And far too often in my time as music, as holy crap, I just realized something. Eric, weren't you in La Fiebre?
Yes.
Yes. He's the trumpet guy.
You're the trumpet guy. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I know he doesn't want to be referred to as the trumpet guy, but he most definitely
But he
is.
and he's amazing at it. Hence, I dropped the.
That guy is.
Well, let me answer that. Let me answer that real quick.
Wait, hold on. Do you? Okay, wait. I have long hair.
Mm-hmm.
I used to wear a black hat, like Gabriel. Now, do you remember it?
Yes, I do. I do. I was wondering why you look so familiar.
We've crossed paths many times, bro. I used to hang around with Luis all the time. Oh my God, dude.
People ask. Well, first of all, let me rewind just for a second and answer that question.
Okay.
Am I the trumpet guy from La Fiebre? Yes. And someone asked me the other day.
He's also the abs guy from La Fiebre. And let me tell you something. He's still rocking those abs. Yes. You know you are.
Let me finish with my answer. Hang on. Let me finish with my answer. Somebody the other day they asked me if I still have long hair, because I wear a hat all the time. And do I still have long hair? The answer is yes, but it's filtered. That means I'm losing a little bit of hair. No, I'm kidding about that.
But, no.
Yeah.
I'm not
no. I wasn't talking about your long hair. I have long hair because we used to compare long hair all the time. You, me, and Luis. We'd hang out. It was just. I'm sorry. It just hit me in the middle of. I forgot what I was talking about. But anyway.
Here, this is what I'll get this out of the way. That's who I was then, and a huge part of me will always be that. But I've done so many things since then. It's just been outside of the public that knew me for that particular project. And certainly once I met Gabriel, there was a lot of eye opening as far as my personal ways to express what was in my heart. It's like learning how to be a conversationalist. You have so many ideas and so many thoughts, but how to get that thought out of your mouth, because you have all these ideas in your head. And once it gets to your mouth, it bottlenecks. And then it becomes this big, just this collage of words in every different direction, sometimes not even in the same language. But musically, he showed me a few things that just spawned a desire to continue to do that. And since then, even though a lot of it has been on my own, I've done a whole lot of that. I'm still doing that. I just got finished doing that today. I was writing a song earlier today about some of the experiences that I've had, and that particular time happens to be in that song. And if you think about it, and I'll make this as short as I possibly can. That was a long time ago, but I believe that it was impactful enough to be remembered to this day.
I just remember we always had a good time. It was just funny. It's just my mind is always thinking about what's the next question, paying attention to everything, and it just hit me. It's like, oh wow, that is no wait, that is you. So
good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Sorry, it's just that Oh my gosh, we hung out. We had tacos after the.
Yeah,
after
we did. That was back when I ate
Oh,
tacos. Now I still eat tacos. In fact, Gabriel turned me on to this. You know,
That's back when he ate carbs.
yeah. Well,
yeah.
no, I'm a fitness guy. I always have been since back then. I'm actually a personal trainer. But Gabriel used to have this I'll say shows called the taco diet, right? And I just couldn't conceive how it could possibly work. And the first time that when I was going through my fitness journey, and I'd lost maybe 25 pounds, it was some information that given to me. And I tried it and it worked. And then I noticed some years later he was doing a taco diet. I'm like, there's no way it can work. And I saw it working. And I did some research. And I pretty much everything can become a taco, certainly leftover. If it's leftovers from the refrigerator, put it in a tortilla, it's taco. Anything. It could be macaroni and cheese. Although, cheese is fine. And I do the high protein noodles and I put it in a low carb tortilla. And I'm at 5 to 7% body fat, 365 days a year. And it's not being older and your metabolism slows down because it does. But if you don't put any poison in your body, then your body won't look like you put poison in it. So I don't know how I got off on that, but he was saying the ab thing. But yeah, I might have a 3.5 pack, I guess. give or take a half a pack.
On the other hand, I only got one ab, and that ab is very evident. I got you. The idea of the taco diet because my idea was this: I'm Mexican. I cannot live without tortillas. That's it. I mean, if it doesn't have tortillas, you might as well don't feed me, starve me to death. It has to have tortillas. So then I thought, all right, so we got the Atkins diet, which seems like mostly, basically protein. And I thought, well, what can I do? And I thought, I got it. I'm going to have 2 tacos in the morning, the biggest tacos I can possibly make. Patty got a tortilla, and that justified my mind. And it was 2 tacos in the morning. And in the afternoon, I had 2 other tacos of whatever else, of egg, of this and that. And then one day I noticed, wait a minute, tostadas are tacos, they just flat too. So I go, oh, that's a taco too. And then I go, oh, wait a minute, a burrito is a taco, but it's like, and then little by little, I make this whole diet and it's all tacos. But I'm not currently living it. I'm going to have to accept it.
It does work. I still do it.
If you follow him, you see this guy is ripped. And I go, oh my gosh, this guy is like, holy God.
Well, I need the cookbook on that. I need the cookbook on the tacos.
I haven't done it in a very long time, I'm going to have to admit, because I love life and I like to eat.
Yo también.
But it works. All it is this. You get up in the morning and you put as much protein as you can in that plate. And you just have 2 tortillas with it. That's it. That's 2. And then in the afternoon, you have another, I don't know, carne asada, whatever it is that you like, chicharrón and salsa verde, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But you only have 2 tortillas. So if you don't take that with like soda, if you don't put more sugars on it, it works. But if you add a soda or anything to it, it doesn't. The problem is not the taco itself. It was my theory. The problem is what you put with it. It's that you put on the side of that taco, then you got tomatoes and this and that and whatever. So by the time that you end up, you have way too many carbs. When if you would just have the meat and tortilla, you would have been fine. And the other thing is just put a lot of spices, so that it satisfies you. Anyway, this is turning into a diet show.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So was it a corn tortilla or a flour tortilla? Was it a special kind of tortilla?
We're getting into that. So this is how it goes. You can have 2 corn tortillas, or you can only have 1 flour in the day. Because let me tell you something, flour is the problem. So if you have 2 corn tortillas in the morning, you can have 2 tortillas in the middle. But if you have a flour tortilla, you can only have that flour tortilla. That's it. You cannot have any other carb in the day.
Small bites.
A good hack for that I discovered was
I just enjoyed that burrito with everything.
I switched to the low carb tortillas, and it just works. It has a lot of fiber. It has very low carbohydrates. So now I was doing just like he said, just 1 or 2, and
I think you guys need to get a book together.
Papuchi from Cuba says saludos, everybody. So
it's a music and cooking show.
That's what you're saying. Absolutely. Is this a music show or a cooking show?
It was funny. So when I started the show,
guess what?
Glory to everybody. And I go, all right, let's start working on it. And every day I was losing like a pound. It worked.
Wow.
It just honestly, Adassa and me just like have so much fun. Life is so good. It's just really hard to deprive yourself, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. So for any counseling or being fit, I'm the wrong person to talk to. You gotta talk to Eric. You just look at his channel and you see what I'm talking about. That guy knows about fitness. Me, I don't know. I just gotta be happy.
I mean, like my dad always say, just keep it simple. You know, if it works, do it. If it doesn't, don't. You know, don't eat too much for pleasure, even though life is short and make it good. But there's nothing in your life that necessitates ice cream 3 times a day. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to eat lasagna for breakfast.
I used to do that liquid diet. That one's pretty cool, man. I mean, people don't like the taste, but I think it's pretty good. A couple of scoops of ice cream and some cookies, and that stuff is really, really good.
yeah.
I'm on my
Some
diet.
tacos and some nice cold micheladas is borrado.
He said he's getting hungry now. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna have my 2 tortillas here in a bit.
Let's go back to cumbia.
But yeah, you need to write a cumbia about tacos.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Hey, brother,
Hey, just real quick.
10%.
For those of y'all that want to sit there and check out some more information or keep up with Adassa Y Los Locoz, go ahead and check her out. Mira nomás. Not there.
Oh, thank you. Guys, we
Adassa Y
just
Los
started.
Locos, mira nomás.
This is our first interview ever together, ever. And we just started a couple of weeks ago. So we can really use your support. So anybody who's listening,
tune in.
Leave us comments.
And I have to say, Hilda, she's my friend. Let me tell you, oh my goodness.
Aww.
She actually came on tour with me when we went on tour in Canada. And I didn't know she had not ever gotten on a flight. And after that, she's got wings now. But it's wonderful.
You also did a song for Christmas together.
We did a Christmas song together. She's got an incredible voice. I'm just so happy that we get to do this together.
Actually, the single that she has, I wrote.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
No, it's
which you totally.
I wrote it in the 90s, though.
See, but you were way ahead of your time, though, Gabriel.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to say.
I'm gonna sing that song, and I go, "Oh, that's awesome!" Because I always loved that song, but nothing ever happened. So I was so happy that you took it. And you did a great
I'm gonna quote you for a second.
I'm gonna cry.
Something he told me a long time ago, and I passed this on to my personal protege. He said that good is timeless.
Oh wow!
And he probably doesn't even remember telling me that, but it was so impactful when he told me that. And it was about being a little innovative at the time, and the fact that our music didn't sound necessarily like everybody else's. Mm-hmm. It was just different, and it was perceived as being ahead of its time. And which is when he shared that phrase with me, because I was thinking, is it good or is it bad? Is it, it's just different, But new or old, good is timeless. If we release this music when it's time to release it, it's still going to be as good as it is now. But now that we're releasing this new music, it's going to take a while to catch up to it.
No, don't say that.
I don't think so at all. Actually, you know what? I have a show that I do on Sundays. It's called Should Have Been a Bigger Hit. And what I do is because
we need to be in there.
I have music from 20, 30 years. Right. I mean, I've got albums. I buy the albums. I don't buy just the singles. I buy the albums.
Right.
And back in the day, this, Eric, all of y'all know this. Back in the day, they would record an album. They'd only put 3 or 4 songs out of that album, and then the rest of it wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But as a true fan, I would listen to all of the songs, and there's some really good songs that never got an opportunity to be heard. Mm-hmm. And that's what I play, is those songs that never got the opportunity to be heard. Those songs need to be heard to give the audience an opportunity for people to fall in love with them. That's why we need to play them. And you're right. Good music is good music. That's all it is to it.
That's
Whether
true.
it was released a day ago, a week ago, or 10 years ago, it doesn't matter. A good song is a good song. That's all.
Right. And it's not
radio was very hard in those days. Radio was very hard in those days because so we did this one song was called Solo Tu. And it was kind of like a Tejana, but dude, I could put it like 9th and 13th chords. And dude, I really went to town. It was and so when they would hear like, what is going on? Because I was playing norteño, but I was using 13th and 9th and diminished chords and stuff like that. And actually, when the song ends, I go into a piano thing that it almost feels like Piano Man. You gotta hear that. But then the radio always go, this is weird. I mean, what is going on? You don't sound like a norteño. And it was very hard to get any play. So one day I was driving with Bob Gallarza, and he was one of my heroes for Tejano music. He's a genius. No? So we were driving, and he goes, Gabriel, actually, the spirit of Tejano music is what you're doing. And I said, what do you mean? Well, everybody's stuck on repeating what we did. But what they don't understand is what we did is take norteño and then take gringo music for reals, like jazz, like funk, like music that was absolutely 100% American, with chords that were American, with things that were American, and we just kind of like tied together the instrumentation. And he started explaining to me, and I said, that's kind of what you guys are doing. You're bringing all these American influences into it. And it makes me feel better, but it's still, you have to admit that if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So like with this time, we're giving it all we got, and we just hope that people give us a chance. Just listen to it.
Well, no matter what, to me, no matter what, we're going to keep making noise, because
it's
fun to make noise. It's fun to express ourselves in whatever way we imagine. I think that there's enough music that is cookie cutter. And I think that with the amount of world that we all have as musicians, we can no longer just be one color. And then when we get together and we have so many different colors, it's like a humongous rainbow of music. And I think it's fun not to put yourself so many barriers as to what you should do. What are they doing? Maybe you should just do that. I think it makes it a lot more fun. And we love being able to, combine both graphics and sonics in a fun way.
Well, but we will do when the album is finished. We're gonna do all together. We're gonna meet and we're gonna record everything live.
Yeah, so you're gonna see like
Grupo Frontera. We're gonna just set up the whole thing and then play live.
Tap, vámonos.
I love it. And you know what? I've always been a big fan of your creativity. So not many people know this. I think I've kind of shared this a few times, but I fell in love first with Adassa without knowing it was Adassa. It was a recording that Gabriel, I think you produced the entire record for this artist on Hacienda Records, that artist just so happened, her dad and my dad were like best friends. So they gave the album to my dad. My dad brought it home and we listened to it. And I remember telling my mom, I was like, Mom, there's a voice in there, but it's not her. I know it's not her. It's a backup singer, but she's amazing. And I told my mom, I was like, one day I'm going to find out who she is. And then you flash forward like 5 years later and I meet Rick, my current husband, my honey. And we're driving in the car and he's playing this same song that I heard as a girl. I had no idea that the connection. And I look at him, I said, who is that voice? It's just amazing. Who is it? And that's when he told me all about Adassa. And I was like, wow. And it's amazing because I sat in the car with him and I told him, I said, one day I would kill to sing backup vocals for her. And then, years go by, out of sight, out of mind. And then we get connected. And then, I'm on this amazing tour with you singing backup vocals, right? Dreams come true. But all the while, I've been such a fan of everything you did. I don't know if you remember the albums you did for Victoria y sus Chicos.
Yes.
And the musicianship on there, the arrangements, I was like, man, this doesn't sound like anybody else. It was way ahead of its time. And so that was one of the things when we went back and we were looking for music to do. And Rick showing me all these recordings, then all these arrangements and songs. And that's when I heard No Voy a Ser Tu Tonta. And I told Rick, I said, I got to do that song. And he goes, well, Gabriel wrote that song. And I was like, oh, well, then I got to do it even more, right? But I've always been such a fan of just the creativity and how artistic you guys are and just the way that your brain works creatively. And then the way you guys work together. Oh, my gosh. Dream team. And then now you go ahead and you add in the third part of Los Locos. And man, you guys are unstoppable. I can't wait. I mean, to see what happens. I'm excited.
Thank you.
What's up, Rick Valderrama? Thank you for joining us, brother. Another great musician. Rick is king of harmonies is what I call him. He's an awesome guy. And you know what? Let's go ahead and listen to Tu Traición. That's another song that y'all have out, and it's once again it's a banger. It's a banger for me, and it's got it's multi-layered. One of the things also, it's well produced. It's well produced. A lot of times nowadays, because of the fact that there's a lot of stuff, a lot of studios, the two requirements to put music on our station is that it has to be recorded by industry standards and it has to have a QR code. I mean, an ISRC code. The ISRC code is because we're a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP, BMI, SOCOR, and CSEC, and that's for the artists, so that way they can get their royalties. But when I say recorded in industry standards, sometimes people, they want to just push it all the way to the limits, and it's just really full of everything. You know, it's jam packed with sound, but music has to breathe, and that's how you know when it's really well produced, when you can hear the silence in song.
Sure.
And that it's a very well produced song, and I mean, both of them are very well produced. So kudos to you all guys, because y'all did an excellent job. The arrangement and then the production of the song, it's really awesome. So this is Tu Traición from Adassa Y Los Locoz. Eric, Adassa, Gabriel, Hilda Lamas. I'm just into yo here on Qvo Radio.
Vienes armado, tus palabras me pueden matar. Cabeza abajo, tu traición yo la puedo notar. Camisa blanca con pintalabios que no era mío. Rojo como el color de tus ojos al ver los míos. Qué tonta fui al quererte tanto, tanto, tanto. Pero ahora tú vas a sufrir tanto, tanto, tanto. No hay nada peor que un corazón lleno de furia y amor. Llorarás, quiero que te duela tanto, tanto, tanto. Tu traición, tu traición. Me llevo todo, nunca te importé y sabrás cómo se siente cuando entregas todo y más. Me llevo el carro, el dinero, las joyas para que recuerdes. Me llevo el perro, tú quédate solo a ver quién te quiere. Qué tonta fui al quererte tanto, tanto, tanto. Pero ahora tú vas a sufrir tanto, tanto, tanto. No hay nada peor que un corazón lleno de furia y amor. Llorarás, quiero que te duela tanto, tanto, tanto. Tu traición. Para un hombre con un martillo todo es un clavo. Ahora me empujas a su lado, pero que te quede claro, no te olvidarás de esto, de mí no te has librado. ¿Qué creías? Por ser hombre tenías el derecho. ¿Qué creías? Que iba a perdonar lo hecho. ¿Qué creías? Ojos que no ven, corazón que no siente. Tú estás demente, mírame a la cara, ahora me lo llevo todo. Tus camisas, pantalones, ya lo quemo todo. El dinero es bueno, voy y me lo gasto todo. Te doy donde te duele pa' que sufras como sufrí yo. Oh, oh, ahora sufre como sufrí yo. Oh, 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 qué tonta fui al quererte tanto, tanto, tanto. Pero ahora tú vas a sufrir tanto, tanto, tanto. No hay nada peor que un corazón lleno de furia y amor. Llorarás, quiero que te duela tanto, tanto, tanto. Tu traición, tu traición. Oh, oh, oh.
Yay! Oh, I love that song so much.
That's a kicker. I told you it's a banger, man.
Great job, guys.
David Vela is like that. David is like,
yeah, we
awesome
have
song,
been
awesome.
writing this song, I think since, what was it, like 6 years ago, we started with this idea. The whole idea with the song is, qué tonta fui al quererte tanto, 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 pero ahora tú vas a sufrir tanto, tanto, tanto. No hay nada peor que un corazón lleno de furia y amor. Llorarás. Quiero que te duela tanto, tanto, tanto tu traición. And it's going through a relationship where, you know, I loved you so much. All my heart was yours. But you don't care for anything else except your stuff. So that's why
I'm gonna burn it.
I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna spend it. Y te voy a dar donde te duele. Like that. That is the thought behind it.
My favorite line is para un hombre con un martillo todo es un clavo. For a man with a
hammer, everything's a nail.
Everything is a nail.
It's like they wanna just say hammer and everything.
He's hammering anything that comes along.
Yeah.
Borrado says, "Damn it, boy, that's fire. Someone call a firefighter."
I love it. I want to give a few shout outs. Miss Selena Tafoya, Quez Black, and Michelle Ann. They're all watching from, I think, all parts of the valley. So thank you guys for tuning in. They say it's awesome music. So thank you guys.
Yeah, Melissa Lopez.
We're going to be posting new music every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Well, just send it to us so that we can put it on the air. Like I said, you know, that's what we do. We play the music so that way people can fall in love with it. As long as, you know, you have the ISRC code, we put it on the air for you, and that way you can get your royalties out of it, of course. And if you are a new artist, or if you're a new band and you want your music to be heard, go ahead and send it here to admin@QvoRadio.net, and we'll be sure to go ahead. And it has to have those two things. It has to be recorded at industry standards and an ISRC code. That's for you, so that way you can get your ISRC code. If you're listening to it on the app, or if you're listening to us on the website, there's going to be an add to cart button right there. You can click on the add to cart button. It'll take you to Apple Music. You can buy the song there. We do not make any money off of that transaction, but because we participate in the program, we do get a discount on our licenses because we are a fully accredited radio station, ASCAP, BMIC6, SOCO, and all of those to broadcast legally in United States, all of North America and Europe, and the Asian countries where military installations exist.
Yeah.
That being said, thanks so very much. And
so I've got a question. Are you guys currently taking bookings for Adassa Y Los Locoz? And if so, where can they go?
You see, I'm trying not to be but it's just gonna look at me. All right, this is our idea. Okay, we are doing this music for pure passion.
Yeah.
So we are gonna finish this album. We're gonna expose it to the people. If people wants to hear it, we will go perform it live. All of us are professional performers. We've been performing for years and years and years and years. We have all have our own bands. We have played together, all that kind of stuff for years. But we're not planning to play together until people want it. That is why we're gonna come up with the music. We're gonna put videos first with this cartoon stuff and things like that, you know. But then we're gonna all meet together and we're gonna play everything live to show everybody we are an actual band and we're actually musicians and we
actually do this.
And then if people says yes, we want to hear you,
then
we'll play live, of course.
And then we'll be.
But we're not rushing playing live until there's a demand.
But if you do want to get a hold of us, please write to us on our Facebook page or Instagram, Adassa Y Los Locoz. You know, we'd love to hear from you guys.
We are always touring, just so you know. Adassa's always on tours. I'm always in the back playing for her, whatever. So, Eric, I think you play every single weekend. I mean, when was your last gig, Eric?
Every week.
Every weekend.
He's like yesterday.
How's
one stage?
Yes.
That would be.
But like right now, we're in Nashville.
Yeah.
And he is in Houston, and we just go back and forth. I send him some stuff, and then he sends me some stuff, and like that, and then we do the whole thing because between both of us, we can play everything. So when the record is finished, we're gonna be pushing it, and then the album will be released. And at that moment, we're gonna say, if anybody would like to hear us live,
let's do it.
You know, contact us. But
okay, so then everybody has a job to do. Then, right? So for all of our listeners watching tonight, here's your job. Get ready. You got to go to Adassa Y Los Locoz. You have to like all of their social media. So they're on Facebook, they're on YouTube, TikTok or no TikTok yet?
Do we have a TikTok?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, there's a TikTok.
Honestly,
so go find
Facebook and YouTube. Most of our attention is in those two places.
But we also have
So go follow on all the social media.
And we talk to the people, like for real, that we answer and
We
everything.
do.
See, and then you can start calling up your favorite radio station and start requesting the music. And that's how it all starts, guys. So if you guys want to see them live, this is what we need to do. Start requesting it, start following, start sharing, all of that good stuff. That's where it starts.
At the end of the day, for us, it's we look forward to playing the music that we love for the people that love the music that we play.
Yes,
definitely. And that's how you keep the music going in the first place. You have to show.
We just don't want to go and push our music on people. We want to say, look, here, this is who we are, and if you like what we do, then tell us. Because if you tell us, we'll find a way to go play for you. But what we don't want to go is just go, come on, can you listen to my song?
I love it.
It's like we already been there, done that. It's not like we haven't done it, all right? We've done plenty of that, but we're in a different place in our lives. Each one of us has a career. Adassa just came back from China. She did this huge concert for 30,000 people. She's going another concert in September. It's another 40,000 people. She's playing in Florida. So Eric is gigging constantly. He does country music and stuff like that. I have a career. I produce for ESPN, CNN, NBC. So
we're always busy, but we're always also looking forward to the opportunity to
we want to play
join together and be able to do this fun stuff. And we're going to be doing videos that when you see the live show, you're also going to see some of those animations, some of the live videos. So when people see a character pop up on the screen, so when I was on tour with Disney, sometimes you'll just see like a character that pops in, and then we would know and the crowd would be like, oh my goodness, it's the song, it's Let It Go, or whatever song it was. Or if we were singing Bruno, we don't talk about Bruno, Sale Bruno, and you're like, whoa. So we wanted to create something like that some of the songs within the album would have distinctive characters. Like if you notice, the one for Cumbión doesn't look like the one for Tu Traición. That doesn't look like Costeñita Americana.
You're gonna have different
because
characters.
When you see a character pop up into the screen, number one, we're making music that the whole family can enjoy. So this is music that you can bring your abuelitas y los niños and everybody to.
100%.
100%, just radio, family friendly music, because all of us have families, and we want to be able to have a show that you can bring anybody and everybody to it and all enjoy it. And we're also going to have some really fun cumbias in English. They're going to be so cool. They're coming up. You guys are going to listen to it. It's really fun. Really
you will know why we are Los Locos. No problem.
Okay, just don't forget about the taco cumbia.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called taconazo, just so you know.
Oh my gosh.
Taconazo. That's the one. That's what it's going to be called. Norma Salazar from Michigan is saying hello. Yeah, Norma Salazar from Michigan says hello. Yes, Norma, I was the male model in that one. That was me. This is what I look like, but at 12 o'clock, if I don't get in my pumpkin, I change into that male model.
I love that.
That's a great idea.
That's actually good. That's actually good. That's a good name.
Okay, Taco Madre.
Yeah, that's good.
Taco madre.
If anybody uses that, for their new restaurant, we
because
get
if the song
10%.
comes up, you're gonna have to get a little credit. That's all right.
I just Taco Madre.
Taco Madre. Holy
Tacos.
God.
You can, well, there you go. Got 'em all. So.
All right, that's
I've got it reels as well. Hey, everyone saludos.
Yes, you're gonna hear it. And it started here. Okay.
And there you go. Marcus E. Daniels, how you doing? Hello, hola from Waco,
Marcus
Texas.
Daniel.
How you doing, Marcus? Thank you so very much, man. I really do appreciate you. It's a real taco truck name from here in Houston. There you go. Love it. Taco Madre. Marcus says, hi, Adassa. There's two guys here, too. So, I'm putting Marcus on the spot. He's got his own show called The Three Amigos, and he interviewed me on his show. I was up for an award, and anyway, that was last week. But they interviewed me, and I didn't win, so he's my bad luck. Just kidding.
Well, this is our first interview ever, but we are looking to connect with everybody because we are gonna come out of Texas. That is what our goal is. Our goal is to try to be significant enough in Texas first, and then from there grow to the world. Because in a weird way, we consider ourselves Tejanos, still.
When we started, we met in Texas,
Houston,
with Eric. Same thing. So it's like Texas got a big part in our heart. That's where I started my music career, like singing on the stages in Texas. So like when we all thought about, where do we want the birth of this idea to come from, we couldn't have thought of a better place than Texas, because that's where we all got our starts.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to facilitate to make that happen, I am friends with a lot of different
Please do.
podcasts and everything else that I can make that happen for you. Not a problem. But yes,
I want to say hi to Elida. I don't want to forget this.
Yeah.
I don't want. If I forget, I'm gonna be sad.
well,
So,
let me go ahead. How about this? How about this? Why don't Hilda and I just go ahead and bow out, and we'll give both of y'all an opportunity to go say hello, your shout outs and everything else. And it'll just be y'all. Y'all can say and do, give your shout outs to anybody and everybody. Okay. So it'll be just us. Just y'all. So let me go ahead and take us out of the picture.
Eric.
Eric, you pick up the mic here.
Oh, okay. Guys, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate the time we got to spend with you. We're really excited about this project. Again, like I say, we have the opportunity to do what we love for the people that love what we do. And it's taken, at least, if I can speak for myself for a moment, it's taken this many years in order to be able to do that. Not everybody who is in a particular career and considered someone a mentor has the opportunity to actually work with them on a live stage, and I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. Also, the very lovely and talented Adassa. I remember her when she was just a teenager, and to watch her represent us on a worldwide basis. To say that I'm proud of her would be a severe understatement. So thank you, Adassa, for doing your thing. Appreciate it. You're fantastic. Love you for it.
My goodness. We're going to have to bring you over here like tomorrow. I want to thank you to all of you that tuned in, and to all of the wonderful shout outs and ideas that you've given us. I think that we're really excited to share this musical journey with all of you. Just 3 people who are absolutely crazy about music coming together to make something new and something from the heart that we'd love to share with all of you. So please follow us on social media at Adassa Y Los Locoz, and we'd be glad to be playing in your town. Like you said, we're just looking out for those who are ready to hear something fresh and have fun with our music, and we're there. And I'm so grateful that we have the talents of Eric on this. I mean, he's such an incredible person, incredible personality, and incredible musician. And we're just so grateful that he agreed to join our locura and to be able to finally work with my honey. I mean, after years of me begging, I'm so grateful. So it's nice to be able to be with a group of people that I admire and that I also learn from every single day. And if you want to hear more from us, please follow us, and you'll see what comes up next. Gabriel, take it up.
Thank you. Well, I will actually like to say hi to all of my friends from Texas that I miss, like Elida and Avante were a very important group for me in my life. I had the opportunity to work with her and bass player, dude, all of them. They're just such amazing players, and I miss them. Sunny,
Yes,
acordionazo que es, and I'm just really excited to be able to be amongst them and be one of them. But more than anything, I'm excited to be able to be on stage with like Eric, because that dude is just amazing. I like to see him perform. It's like I'm just looking at him like, man, that's a great performer. I have nothing but respect and admiration for him, and to be able to do something, with you, bro. It's like I respect you very much, and honestly, it's so awesome to have a second chance to do what we wanted to do. And sometimes you just gotta leave some things, before it's your time. And we're hoping that this time, we get to do that. But I also want to thank my wife. I'm just a very lucky man. I know, like,
I'm a lucky girl.
I don't know how I was lucky to be blessed. It's weird because, sometimes, you can beg and the blessing doesn't come. But sometimes it comes, and in this case, I feel very blessed to be in this relationship, both with my wife and in this band, and we're just putting it in your hands. We're just gonna do whatever we want.
Sorry.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I think at this point, yeah.
I'll tell you what, guys. This is what you can expect from us. We don't care. We're just gonna do whatever we want. We're gonna put it out there, and then you're gonna decide if you like it or not.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing of following formulas and
Oh gosh.
trying to make it like everybody else and whatever, I just feel too old for that. It's like finally, I just want to do what I want to do. I feel like Eric kind of feels the same way. He always tells me, Gabriel, I want to put whatever I want, and then you tell me what you're gonna do with that. But you just jam. So
Sure.
anyway, guys, what you can expect from us is who we really are. That's what you can expect.
If you love what you do, people will love
Well,
it too.
that's definitely what you should do. Just do what you want to do, and people should accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to say the world is full of people, but there are very few humans, and we should be human to each other and accept each other for who we are. A
That's
great
good.
test of humanity is when you ask someone who their friends are, and they will tell you a name. But that's where we should be with everyone, because when you tell somebody who your friend is, you say their name, you don't think of them as white or black or tall or short, or you just think of them as a friend. And we have too many barriers and too many walls and boxes that we put people in. Accept them for who they are, and that's the way we should be.
Sure.
And so, you know, I think your music is amazing. It's wonderful, and it's refreshing, and it's well produced and well put together. And it's I mean, it just shows, the musicianship shows. That's for sure. Uh, and I listen to a lot of music. I get 25 songs a day. I listen to a lot of music. But yeah, you guys are well on your way on a great path. I will get your information because Marcus Daniel says the Three Amigos show is ready for y'all to come on over. So I'll get that
Yeah.
information. And I have a couple of other friends that will be happy to have you over there, all over Texas. I got some in Dallas, some in Houston, and some in, because Three Amigos is in San Antonio. And then I got some other friends in Houston, and I got some over here in Dallas. And I'll get that information from you so that way I can share that on there. So with that being said, Hilda, do you have anything that you want to go ahead and add on?
Shout out to Rick.
Yes. Shout out to Rick. Yes. Thank you guys so much. But Eric, Adassa, Gabriel, thank you guys for sharing your creativity with us.
Yes, ma'am.
That's, you're sharing a part of your soul, and it's just so beautiful. So beautiful. And Adassa and Gabriel, I've known you guys now for a few years now, and you guys are family to us. So thank you so much for coming on and just sharing, part of your world with us, sharing your time with us. I know you have very busy lives, all three of you. So thank you guys for coming on. It's been so much fun, and I wish you guys so much success. I'm so excited for you. You have no idea. This is just so refreshing and beautiful and just invigorating. It really, really is. And so thank you for just being here with us, for sharing part of who you are, and for being such amazing role models, not just as musicians and as artists, but as people, because you guys are just beautiful people. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it's inspiring that you're very liberated from all these constraints that a lot of people feel that they have to fit in, and it's very liberating to just be yourself and just want to put out the music that you want to put out, because so many times people want to be formulaic, and that strangles us a lot of times, and it's better to just be you and just be whatever greatness that you are, and just let that is very inspiring, and it's very forward thinking. And we let these things push on us and put us in this little box. This thing puts us in a box. We don't ever talk outside of this. We don't ever see outside of this, because this is our world for all times. We need to just breathe and be outside of that. But thank you so very much for sharing your time. I really do. I really do appreciate you guys. We're gonna leave y'all with a cumbion one more time from Adassa Y Los Locos. Y'all guys hang out for just a little bit afterwards, so that we can take care of some radio business. And for all of y'all, thank you so very much that joined us from wherever y'all were listening to us, all over the country, all over the world. Thank you so very much. And I just want to remind you that if you had a bad day, if today was not your day, just remember, every day planes take off against the wind. You matter. You are loved. With that being said, this is Cumbion. That is the Eric Jimenez. That is the Adassa and Gabriel, the Ildalamas. I'm Indio. This is Cubo Radio, and this is Cumbion. Goes like this.
Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo pa' la pista, comenzó el cumbión. Cumbia.
Vamos trabajando y coleccionando chavos para el fin de semana. Vamos puestos pa'l desquite, ya que no le gusta que se quite. Voy acelerada y con ganas, como un elevador llena de adrenalina. Vamos subiendo de nivel, pura dinamita. Este ritmo rompe hasta en tienda de la esquina. No empalagate, da un sabor tan rico que te invita. La cumbia que te traigo, yo le brindo el flow. Ven, desquítate en la pista, el sazón lo pongo yo, yo, yo.
Se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo pa' la pista, comenzó el cumbión. Cumbia.
Yo quiero que esta cumbia la bailen la noche entera. Yo quiero que mi cumbia la bailen la noche entera.
Un boom suena el bajo que revienta. Adassa con el aire, ninguno le llega. A toda mi gente, lo baila cualquiera. Un boom suena el bajo que revienta. Desde San Juan hasta Cartagena, mi música suena que suena. El ritmo corre por mis venas, con un flow que quema de otro sistema.
Si te gusta bailar esta cumbia, ven y gózate la compasión. Ven y mueve, mueve la cintura al sabor del acordeón. Si te gusta bailar esta cumbia, ven y gózate la compasión. Ven y mueve, mueve la cintura al sabor del acordeón.
Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo pa' la pista, comenzó el cumbión.
Yo quiero que esta cumbia la bailen.
Suena el bajo que revienta.
Yo quiero que mi cumbia la bailen.
Suena el bajo que revienta. Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo pa' la pista, comenzó el cumbión. Cumbia. Ya se escondió el sol, la noche se presenta, baja la tensión. DJ sube la música de esta canción. Todo el mundo pa' la pista, comenzó el cumbión. Cumbia.